So you want to start a weight training program? Where do you get started? What does the Lord tell us to do to strengthen our hearts? Today's scripture we're going to look at is Psalm 31 and 24. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. When I think about what I did back in the day when I started my weight training program, I just sat there and thought about a few things that I did as I was getting started, and then kind of thinking, well, what do I wish I would have known, and how do I think I would have rather structured it so that it gave me more confidence and helped me see where I was going and how it helped me progress. So today we're going to talk about things that we can do, you, me, the rest of us, because I need to get back on track. Things that we can do to help us get that guideline, that roadmap, if you will, and then we're going to incorporate our SMART goals in them. So if you didn't see that video, definitely check that one out, because it actually has probably gotten the most views right now, and it's the basics. It's where do we start and figure out why we're doing what we're doing. And it's just, it was really good information that I found, and it gave me inspiration trying to get back on my fitness journey. I think the first thing that we need to do is we need to define our goal, figure out what it is, why we're doing it. But the biggest thing is, what are we trying to do? For me, I am trying to build muscle and lose fat. So I'm looking more towards that body recomposition. So, but and really, I know a lot of people, especially if they have more than maybe 10 or 20 pounds to lose, a lot of people have the mindset that they need to lose weight first and then start their weight training program. But I really don't think that's true. The previous video that I did right before this one, lifting weights for fat loss, it gave you a few ideas of why you can incorporate your weight training pretty much day one when you decide you want to lose weight. Because using weights, lifting weights, is going to help you burn more calories faster. It's going to build lean muscle mass, and all of the calories that are going to get burned, it's going to reduce that fat. So to me, there's just no reason to wait. It's like, get started today. Do some kind of cardio, whether it's walking for 30 minutes a day, or try running. I did it all. I loved the weightlifting, the cardio, everything. It just made me feel so much better about myself, and that's where I want to get again, because that is where that's where the magic happens, folks. It just does. Once you get your goal defined and what are you going for, then you need to think about, okay, if I'm going to start getting on this weight loss journey and start exercising and start, doing my cardio and get my weight training in, you think about all the time that you're going to spend there. I'm to the point now, I've spent, 30 minutes a day, 45, an hour a day, depending on if I'm doing cardio only or if I do cardio and weights. I think about, okay, I've spent an hour or however many minutes working out today. I don't want to lose every calorie that I've just burned by eating this, Snickers bar or Payday or Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. They multiply in my house. My husband loves them. I've actually gotten away from eating them. I eat one every once in a while. So I'm very proud of myself, because that's just not normal for me. I used to love sugar. I'm slowly getting better about being able to just say no. When you look to all of the time and effort you're spending on your weightlifting and your exercising and your walking, dancing, whatever you want to do for your cardio to lose weight, running, you sit there and think about everything that you're eating. If you can hone in on that diet, that is really 80% of your weight loss. I mean, let's be honest. That is going to control how quickly you gain weight by eating too many calories or lose weight by reducing those calories. You will do some reducing in those calories when you exercise. But I'm telling you what, I mean, you go to these restaurants now, and the ones that put the calories on the menu, you can add 2,000 calories in one meal. Once you get the goals of, okay, here's what I'm going to do, and then you figure out that diet. What am I going to eat or not eat? I don't want to waste my time with everything that I've done creating this exercise plan, and then I don't do it because I don't have time. The third thing we really need to do is look at your week, look at your life. How many hours do you have in the morning? You know, do you get up early? But you've got to figure out how much time you have. If you're going to the gym, you know, I would go to the gym after work if it's not too busy, so that you can at least get to the equipment and get your workout in. I know back in St. Louis, 4 to probably 7 was packed, and I'm talking like hundreds of people in the gym, and you could wait for the squat rack for like an hour. It was awful. So I got to the gym at 4:30 in the morning when I was living 5 minutes away, and I worked out till probably about 6:30. So, but then I was able to go home, take a shower, get ready for work, and get to work by 8 o'clock. It was awesome. So think about your time constraints. You know, where is your gym located? How much time do you have? And, you know, a lot of people will do a split. Like they may do their cardio in the morning, take a shower, get ready for work, go to work, and then lift weights at the end of the day. I know for me, I did find it harder to lift weights on an empty stomach early in the morning. But think about what time constraints you have, what is going to help you stick to that workout, because consistency is everything. And I have not been consistent the last month, so I gotta step that up again. So you guys are gonna hold me accountable, you know that, right? So get out there, figure out what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, what your time schedule is going to be, and then once you figure out the times, you can figure out a 6-day split, 5-day, 4-day, 3-day, whatever. And there are some muscles that work well with others that, you know, like your chest and your shoulders. Typically, a lot of the same of those little muscles all in this area are going to be used. So you could do those on the same day. And then I know a lot of people do like a back and a bicep day, because you're kind of doing those, you know. And actually, I would split my workout between a push, which would be like your chest and shoulders, and then a pull, which is kind of the back and biceps. I just said it. So once you get your timing and your exercise commitment and all of these things set in place, then you really need to get on a workout plan, which is kind of what I talked about. If you have an idea of what you want to do, or I mean, biggest thing, you know, you can look it up on the internet. You know, you think the basic muscle groups, you know, your quads, your hamstrings, your shoulders, your chest, your back, your triceps and biceps, and your glutes, and, you know, all of those bit, your calves, you know. Again, I would kind of split it up between leg days, and then, you know, the upper body, I kind of split more of those up, or sometimes I had 2 days. I had a quad day and a hamstrings day, and then I would just train my calves on one of those days, or maybe do one calf workout one day and one calf workout the next day, because I did have those split 3 or 4 days apart, so I could do my calves twice in a week, but it wasn't like, you know, the next day or so. Once you get your workout in place and you have an idea of the workouts that you want to do, the exercises that you want to do, make sure, cannot stress this enough, learn how to do every single move properly. You want your form on point. There's so many reasons why your form has to be so good. First of all, you don't want to hurt yourself. That is the biggest thing. I mean, you've got to think about how you're bracing yourself, keeping that core tight. And did you see me sit up? You know, you should do that every day of your life. I usually never sit back in a chair. I'm always sitting forward, trying to hold myself up. But think about keeping that core tight. And I know Denise Austin, again, she used to always say, when you think about pull, like your head is attached, there's a string at the top of your head, and you pull that string up. And she said instantly you would get like an inch taller. So that's what you have to think about, guys. Suck that tummy in and pull that head up and put your shoulders back and sit straight. you've gained, you probably shrank your belly or your waist a little bit too, because you're not slouching down and having your belly just hanging out there like I was 2 minutes ago. But learn about those exercises. Just figure out how to do them right. If you have any questions about any of that, again, for now, we'll just, put it in the comments below. Let me know, hey, can you do a video showing us how to do X, Y, Z? And I would like to get to some of those and maybe even get a playlist of all the basic moves and, how to do them properly. But think about, again, full range of motion. You want that muscle to expand all the way down and contract all the way up. You just want that full range of motion. And a lot of the weights or the moves, you want to think about kind of pulling against gravity. I'm trying to think here. So I know a lot of people used to do those exercises like with a weight plate, the shoulder rotation, and they would do it like this way. It's like gravity's down. So what you want to do is you want to get on your side, lay on a bench, and you're still doing that movement, but you're saying, I can't do this. I didn't plan on doing all this, guys. I'm winging it. So when you're on your side, I have no idea where I am, but when you're on your side, when you're doing it like this, now you're going against gravity in that pull. So, that's like the proper way to do it. You're going to get the right resistance. And when you're thinking about your exercise, you always want to lift heavier weights. And, as you increase your weight or you increase your reps, and even if you increase your sets, every increase, that's called progressive overload. And as you do that, and you strain that muscle and, kind of push it to its limits, then that's where the hypertrophy happens. And that's where those muscles, when you've given it the proper nutrition and the proper rest, it's going to help rebuild those muscles. Like, again, with the proper nutrition and rest, you are going to rebuild that muscle and it's going to come back stronger. And, that is, one way to see how you're progressing in your workouts. And then the next thing on my list is tracking your progress. This is so important. And if nothing else, it's going to help that mindset when you can see where you began and you see as you go where you are now. You'll look back, take progress photos. I would say take photos once a month, do your measurements once a month, and that's just the basic. You want to do like your chest, your waist, your hips, your thigh. You want to do your biceps and forearms. And now getting back to legs, I did that kind of out of order. Do your thigh, do your calves. Do those major muscles that you're targeting in your weightlifting, and you will see as the muscle grows and or as the fat goes down. I mean, obviously when the fat goes down, you're going to see that there's less fat between that muscle. So you will definitely lose probably the inches first, losing the fat first. And typically muscle takes a little longer to build. So that's going to be more of a gradual increase over time. Now, granted, the good thing, and because I have not worked out in so long, I would almost be really considered a newbie again. And if like you've never done a regular strength training program and done progressive overload, you will make the biggest gains. When I first started, I went from like my squat from a 2 little 10-pound dumbbells. So that's what, 20 pounds up to 150 pounds on, the barbell in 6 months. I mean, it was phenomenal. It was amazing. All of my strength gains. I was eating it right. I mean, I did it in 6 months and I did pretty good for a girl. So I'm really excited. That's why I really want to get myself back on track in the gym now. I mean, even with being gone 5 to 10 years, they talk about like that muscle memory and it comes back. Hopefully, we'll see if I can get consistent. We'll see if I can get those gains within 6 months or maybe less. That's my goal, to get back to where I was. Take pictures once a month. Take your measurements once a month. weigh once a week. I don't really want to see that scale more than once a week because if it doesn't move, I get discouraged. I know that as I gain muscle, that number may stay the same. As I lose fat, it may stay the same because muscle weighs more than fat, and it's kind of like the calorie thing. You know, a pound of muscle may look like a couple of breasts of chicken, and a pound of fat may look like 5 bags of popcorn. So, you know, there's that mass, there's that difference. So I don't always want to go with the scale, and that's why when you're losing more fat, you're going to see those inches reduce because it's going to take longer for that muscle to gain to where you would actually gain inches, especially when you're trying to like do the body recomposition and do both. You're going to typically get smaller before you actually get bigger from the muscle. You know, just keep everything consistent. Do the best that you can, and just get up every morning and think, okay, this is a new day. Whether I did my workout yesterday, I did not do my workout yesterday, did I at least walk or do something? I'm at least trying to keep my exercise tracker going on this thing. I did want to let you know, I did look at a couple different studies doing my research for these videos. So I put a link in the description box below. There were 2 studies. One was the study of protein supplementation, which I do use a protein powder in my smoothies, just obviously to help gain my protein intake, and it's obviously a lot easier to just drink it. And then the other study I did was just how the effect of resistance training, how it actually increased that muscle growth. So again, I've got the links to those down below. So what I wanted to know for our comment question today is, what tips and tricks do you have for getting started on a weight training program that I missed? So definitely let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and show your love and let me know you care. And I want to thank you so much for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. If you're sharing, please share this video with anybody that you know or think might be interested in this type of content. Can help, help this channel grow, help the community, and just help us become better versions of ourselves. So with that being said, my next video is going to be talking about how to design your own weightlifting program. But thanks so much for watching, and until then, we'll see you next time.